Okay, here let's do a quick little video if everything stands up correctly, and talk about some old style of footwork off my dad's karate system they took. Um, you're not gonna see everything perfectly in this, but I'm one of them people where my feet's never straight. They have a little bit of spread out. Most of the weight's on the sides towards the middle of my feet majority of the time. Um, that's just how I stand. That's how I walk. You could, if I had my older boots, you could see where most of the tread were, where most of the weight of my feet are. But usually, in a regular standing, natural stance, I'm gonna get a little bit closer on a little bit of thing behind me. I'll just take one leg back, and I bring my body with it. I don't just take the leg back itself, because I'm right here. I bring my body with it. I do kind of like a sliding motion. I got more weight pressure down on the balls of my feet, but I'm not really raised up while my knees are bent. My back foot, because of how I stand, they're pointing a little bit that way, where I got it all the way pointing this way, depending. I've been working better to get a little bit more straight. So most of the time, when I used to do it, I would be kind of like in the middle of people. I wouldn't be there under my arm, there under my arm. I'd be in the middle. So the middle section right here would be it. But when I first started doing this, I favored the right hand side, so I was stood where my right hand was forward. But now that I'm starting to get more on my left, we're gonna do it with this one, pretty much. Okay. But um, just for the heck of it, back then when I done that, because I'd done a lot of knuckle conditioning at the time. Later on, learning that, especially if I had a glove on, I thought, okay, I'm confident in how hard my knuckles are. I'm confident in my structure. If somebody throws a punch and I see it, or it gets here, and I already am in a position where my lead hand's forward. Okay, so if I'm in the middle, lead hand's forward, and it's on that side over there, pretty much, I can stop their punch with my punch. And I done this one time. It technically was a friendly sparring thing. The dude I saw, he loaded up. He threw the rear hand, and I timed it just perfectly. Now, when I say stop his punch with my punch, I don't mean I keep on going. I mean, like, as soon as I feel that contact, I tighten everything up. This dude was a little bit bigger than me. He also had some good bit of experience in boxing, unlike me. Like I said, it's just a friendly match. But I did pull that off in that. Um, and I'm not saying that anybody should do that or do what I do or that. That's just something I think people should do. That's something I did because I was confident enough in myself. But anyway, so right here, majority of the time, more weights on the back leg. I'm doing it more 50-50 now. Originally in the style stance, more weight would be back here. So you can get that front kick up for whatever. Sorry, there is sand here. Or maybe you could fake a front kick and then come in with like a back fist. Although now I do my back fist where it starts as a back fist and it goes into a hammer fist. So it has more of a hit motion and I kind of loop it back a little bit. Because even if I sling it where here, and bring that back, it's still not going to hit as hard as that. So back here, boom. I'm just turning my wrist. That's it. I'm going here. I'm just turning my wrist and looping it back, so I can come back and cover up or whatever. But anyway, main thing here. So pretty much the idea, pushing off the back foot to go forward for a real hard strike, pretty much. Or if I wanted to get just a little bit closer without moving the back foot too much. And this part right here I added in. This part right here, I'm about talking about the front foot. I know you could just bring it forward a little bit. And I started doing this even before I seen the Fight Tips videos with Shane Faison talking about stepping with the jab. But mine was more of a slide. Because when I'm not on sand, pretty much I'm not lifting as much up and not as moving. And the slide's a lot more quicker to bring it here and back And if I'm on the balls of my feet, I do that little bit of slide forward. I'm still not lifting my body up as much to where much is moving, or it's easier to knock me down. Because I'm bigger, I'm taller, and I don't want this front leg to be took out to where I'm only left with the back leg. If something happens, I won't get that back leg down quick to defend. Especially for the grappling people out there that probably haven't took a grappling or wrestling class on the streets or whatever, that might try to take you down with grappling, very crap grappling. So anyway, so balls of feet, a little more this way, kind of a shuffling movement to move on the balls of your feet, moving back and forth, more weight on the back. So when say something happens, you can feel with your front leg. You can, ways I'm seeing, you can use it more and more. I'm going off of my dad showed me adding on to it constantly. You can check a kick. But another way, this is before I even knew what pivoting was, to do like this, which the dude at box showed me. I'm going to push off both, be over here. I can push off both, and then I'm over here. It's a push on the balls of my feet, pushing my body this way. I'm sliding with it on the edges, sides of my feet. Then I just make sure this leg turns this way. I can do similar thing, pushing and sliding back, forward, side, over here, pretty much. So I don't have to use as much movement that often, and I can still be moving around more. If I went forward, stood like this, okay, I could either touch, or pretty much I'm in the range. Maybe I wanted just to slide one forward. I'm still in this range now to turn, boom, back kick. Instead of the more pendulum step of stepping, let's say I'm more in this position, more sideways. Both feet are parallel, or one behind each other one. Instead of step, step, touch. Sliding and throwing my weight forward, way simpler. Having a motion where I kind of slide into it, slide, lift, throw out, or where one would slide, chamber, boom, low chamber, and then bend, slide, chamber, boom. So yeah, maybe I could slide one forward, going this way, and because I don't want to stay here, just go back, slide one, boom, back slid or stepped. Now I'm over here. I'm over here. If I'm right here, slide that way. Boom, depending on the position of my feet on the sides. If I want to switch though, I want to do a little, I'd have to, but I like the thing when I switch, this way, that way. I always like to replace the hand, go a little bit up in case something happens to block or parry to come in, whatever. Block, parry to come in, so then I have something. I never got to this, but I always wanted the ability, especially trying to use the back fist a lot back then. Be able to hit from any side. Boom. Boom. Different angles. Different style back fist coming downward. Type deal. So yeah, it's just a quick little video showing different stuff. You technically could not see my feet down here. I'm sorry I don't have the best setup for that. Working on it. As always, thanks for watching.